They said the galaxy was done with miracles, that after the last war, no species would ever trust another again. But then, somewhere on a forgotten mining world, a human opened their door to a wounded, grieving alien. No armor, no soldiers, just two beings trying to survive the cold. Yet what began as an act of kindness would ripple far beyond that dusty horizon, because buried in that alien's sorrow lay a secret that could bend the balance of entire civilizations. And it all began with a single word: stay. If stories like this remind you why humanity still matters, even out there among the stars, then stick around. Hit that like button so more people find it, subscribe if you love deep, emotional sci-fi tales, and share it with someone who believes compassion can still change the universe. Now, let's uncover what really happened on that lonely world. The storm had raged for 6 straight days across the barren plains of Varel 9. Inside an old terraforming cabin, human engineer Elias Ward was running low on food, power, and patience. The wind howled like something alive. He was used to silence, to isolation, but that night, someone knocked on his door. It wasn't the kind of knock a human made: slow, heavy, hesitant. When he opened it, the freezing air rushed in, and standing there was a shape barely recognizable as living, an alien, cloaked in ash and blood, eyes dimmed with grief. Its breathing rasped like broken glass. Elias didn't move. Every instinct screamed danger. The wars between humans and Thalarians had left scars across the stars. But when the alien collapsed at his feet, clutching something small wrapped in cloth, instinct gave way to something older: compassion. He dragged the creature inside, sealing the hatch. The storm roared outside, drowning their words. Yet in that cramped cabin, 2 enemies shared the same flickering light. Elias whispered, half to himself, "You're safe now, whoever you are." The alien didn't respond, but a single tear slid down its face, silver, not clear, and for the first time in years, Elias felt the universe shift. By morning, the alien's wounds had closed under a layer of strange, glowing tissue. Elias had seen battlefield tech before, but this was different. It pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat. He sat across from the creature as it finally opened its eyes, clear, luminescent, and filled with something he recognized too well: grief. Its voice, when it spoke, was fragile. "You are not afraid?" Elias almost laughed. "I've seen worse company during storms." It told him its name, Sereth, and what it had lost: a world, a mate, a child. All gone in what the Galactic Council called a necessary cleansing. But Sereth called it what it truly was: genocide. As the fire crackled, Elias listened. He didn't interrupt. He'd fought in those same wars once, believing every broadcast, every order. But now, hearing it from the other side, the truth stung like ice. Sereth held up the small wrapped bundle. Inside was a memory core, its surface fractured, glowing faintly. "They erased our history," Sereth whispered, "but some pieces survived." Elias didn't yet know that what lay inside that crystal could topple governments. He just knew he couldn't let her face that storm alone. For 3 days, the storm outside never eased. Inside the cabin, Elias worked to stabilize the alien's memory core. Old habits returned: steady hands, long nights, the quiet hum of problem-solving. But this was no ordinary data crystal. It responded to touch, to emotion even, as if it remembered the pain of its maker. When it finally flickered to life, faint images filled the air. Not just battlefields, cities, children, oceans burning beneath distant suns. And then a face. Human generals, sealing agreements with the same council that had ordered Sereth's people destroyed. Elias froze. "No," he muttered, shaking his head. "That can't be right." Sareth looked at him quietly. It is. Your leaders built their peace on our graves. The revelation sat heavy between them. Humanity's reputation for mercy, the great myth that had united the stars, was built on a buried lie. Elias wanted to shut it down, pretend it was corrupted data, but deep down, he knew it wasn't. It was proof that the wars were not started by monsters, but by fear, by ambition, by the same hands that now called themselves heroes, and that truth, once seen, couldn't be unseen. That night, the cabin lights flickered as if the universe itself hesitated to let the truth exist. Elias copied the memory core's contents onto his datapad, frame by frame. The files weren't just war records. They were transmissions, sealed council orders, hidden agendas spanning centuries. At the center of it all was a name Elias knew too well: Admiral Vance, the man who once pinned medals on his chest. Sareth's voice trembled. Your admiral promised peace. In exchange, he gave them us. Elias stared at the code unraveling on the screen. The council had convinced both species to fight so they could control the outer systems. Millions dead, all for territory and trade. Humanity hadn't saved the galaxy. They'd managed it, like a corporation manages assets. Elias slammed his fist on the table. If this gets out, it'll tear the Alliance apart. Sareth nodded. Maybe it needs to. For the first time, Elias saw her not as an alien, not as an enemy, but as the only one still brave enough to face the truth. The storm outside had ended, but now a bigger one was about to begin.